every street you turn to in Nigeria, there is a high chance you will see a small shop with a yellow or white light bulb hanging over the entrance, even late in the night. These shops are the lifeblood of our local economy. We call them provision stores, but in reality, they are many warehouses that keep families fed and cleaned. If you are looking at this business from the outside, it might look like a simple case of buying milk and soap to resell. But there is a deeper science to why some of these shops stay open for 30 years while others fold within 6 months. Starting a provision store business successfully in today's Nigeria requires you to think less like a shopkeeper and more like a logistics manager. The first thing you have to analyze before even renting a space is the movement of people in your chosen area. You are not just looking for a busy road, you are looking for stagnant traffic. This means places where people actually stop, wait, or walk slowly. A shop located right where people jump off the bus to trek home is a gold mine because that is the moment they remember they don't have salt or detergent for the night. You want to be the person who solves that immediate problem. If you pick a spot just because the rent is cheap, but it's tucked away in a place where nobody passes after 6 p.m., you are basically fighting a losing battle from day one. Once you have a location in mind, you have to look at the people living there to decide what goes on your shelves. This is where many beginners fail because they buy what they like instead of what the neighborhood needs. If you are in a student environment, your shop should look very different from a shop in a residential estate full of nursing mothers. Students want small sachets of pasta, biscuits, and cheap pens. Mothers want diapers, big tins of milk, and laundry stash. You have to spend a few days just sitting near your potential shop site, watching what people are carrying in their nylon bags as they walk past. That is your real market research. Budgeting for this business is the next big challenge, especially with how prices of goods jump up every week. You shouldn't put all your money into making the shop look fancy with glass doors and expensive paint. In the beginning, the most important thing is the depth of your stock. People will forgive a shop that looks a bit old, but they won't forgive a shop that never has what they need. If a customer comes 3 times and you don't have the specific brand of milk they want, they will stop coming entirely. You need to split your capital so that a large portion is kept as a floating fund to restock quickly as soon as items finish, rather than waiting until the shelf is empty. Getting your supplies is another area where you need to be very smart to keep your profit margins healthy. Many beginners just go to the nearest big market and buy everything at retail prices, which leaves them with almost no profit after transport cost. You need to find the major distributors or wholesalers of wholesalers in the main market in your specific city. Building a relationship with these people is vital. Sometimes buying the whole carton is better than buying half, even if it feels like you are spending too much at once, because the price per unit drops significantly. You have to calculate your transport fare into the cost of every single tin of milk you buy, so you don't realize later that you are actually losing money. Setting up the interior of your shop is not just about putting wood on the walls. It is about how you guide the customer's eyes without saying a word. In Nigeria, people trust what they can see. You want your fastest moving items like sachets of sugar or small detergents to be right at the eye level of someone standing outside. This creates a sense of plenty that draws people in. You also have to think about security and air circulation. If you pack the shop too tight without a fan or good windows, your bread will grow mold faster and your chocolate will melt, which is basically throwing money into the dustbin. The arrangements allow you to reach the most popular items within seconds so that you can serve more people during those frantic evening rushes. One of the biggest silent killers of provision stores in Nigeria is the credit trap. Because you are a part of a community, neighbors, friends, and even family will eventually ask to take it now and pay later. If you say yes to everyone, your capital will end up sitting in people's kitchens instead of on your shelves. You have to treat the shop as a separate person from yourself. The money in the drawer belongs to the business, not you. A successful shop owner knows how to say no to family, but politely, or at least set a very strict limit that won't cripple the ability to restore. Managing your inventory is where the real work happens. You cannot rely on your memory to know what is finishing. You need a simple way to track what goes out every single day. Even a basic notebook where you write down every sales helps you see patterns. You might notice that you sell more bread on Saturday mornings or even drinks on Friday nights. This data allows you to plan your market trips better. It also helps you spot dead stock, those items that have been sitting on the shelf for 3 months gathering dust. If something isn't moving, you might need to sell it at cost price just to get your money back and buy something that people actually want. Pricing is a delicate balance of being competitive and being profitable. In a provision store, your profit on a single item might be very small, sometimes just 20 or 50 naira. This means you make your real money through volume, selling many items to many people. You have to keep an eye on the shops around you. If everyone is selling a sachet of Milo for a certain price and yours is significantly higher, people will only buy from you when the other shops are closed. However, you don't have to be the cheapest if your shop is the cleanest, your service is the fastest, and you are always stocked. Consistency is often more valuable to a customer than saving 10 naira. The human element is probably the most underrated part of this analysis. Nigerians buy from people they like and people who treat them with respect. If you are a grumpy or slow, people will walk an extra 5 minutes to the next street just to avoid you. Your shop should be a place where people feel welcome. Little things like calling regular customers by their titles or asking about their children can build a level of loyalty that no discount can match. When you have loyal customers, they become your security. They are the ones who will tell you if they see someone acting suspicious around your shop or if a distributor is trying to overcharge you. Beyond the customer service, you have to look at the physical environment of the shop and how it affects your bottom line. Electricity is a major factor if you plan on selling cold drinks or frozen items like yogurt and ice cream. Cold drinks are a huge magnet in the Nigerian heat. Someone might come in just for a cold bottle of water and end up buying biscuits and chocolates too. But you have to weigh the cost. If you are running a generator all day just to keep 5 bottles of soda cold, the fuel cost will eat up all your profit for the week. Many smart owners invest in high quality coolers or small solar systems for their lights and fans first. Then there is the issue of hidden wastage that many beginners don't see coming. This includes things like rats, cockroaches, or even dampness from the floor. If you store your bags of flour or cartons of noodles directly on the ground, moisture can seep in and ruin the bottom layer. Investing in simple wooden pallets to keep your goods off the floor is a small expense that saves you thousands in the long run. You also have to be very careful with expiration dates. You should practice the first in, first out method, where the older stock is always moved to the front of the shelf so it gets sold before the new ones you just bought from the market. A single expired tin of milk found by a customer can ruin your reputation for months. As the business grows, you will eventually reach a point where you cannot do everything yourself. This is the stage where many owners get stuck. Bringing in a sales boy or girl requires extreme caution. You are basically handing someone the keys to your bank account. Instead of just looking for someone who needs a job, look for someone with a good character who can do basic maths. You must have a system where you count the stock together at the start of the week and tally it against the cash at the end of the week. Without accountability, small leakages, a missing bottle of drink here, a sachet of detergent there will slowly drain the business until you wake up one day and realize you don't have enough money to restock. Finally, you must have an exit strategy for your profits. The most successful stores in Nigeria today started as small kiosks and grew because the owners were disciplined enough to reinvest their gains. If you can master the balance between keeping your customers happy and keeping your books tight, this business can provide a very stable and comfortable life. To wrap everything up, you have to realize that a provision store is never truly finished. It is a living thing that changes with the seasons. During the rainy season, you might find that people buy more tea, coffee, and noodles to stay warm, while in the dry season, your water and soft drink sales will skyrocket. Being a successful owner means staying one step ahead of this shift. You should always be talking to your customers, asking them what they search for but couldn't find in your shop. That feedback is free consultancy. If 3 people ask for a specific brand of organic honey or a certain type of diaper in 1 week, that is a clear signal from the market that you need to add it to your list for the next trip to the wholesaler. The ultimate secret to longevity in Nigerian retail space is integrity. There will be the times when you are tempted to buy cheaper versions of popular products that might be fake or substandard just to make a higher profit. Don't do it. Once a mother buys fake baby formula or a student buys stale bread from you, that trust is broken forever. In a neighborhood, news travels fast. Word of mouth is your most powerful marketing tool, and it works both ways. If you are known as the person who sells genuine products at the right price, you won't even need to spend a naira on advertising. People will bypass 3 other shops just to come to yours because they know what they are getting is the real deal. As you sit in your shop at the end of a long day, counting your cash and looking at your shelves, don't just see things and sachets. See the service you are providing to your community. You are the reason a mother can cook dinner at 9 p.m. when she realizes she's out of oil, and you are the reason a worker can grab a quick breakfast on his way to a 6 a.m. bus. It is a demanding business that requires you to be there early and stay late, but the rewards of being your own boss and building something from the ground up are worth the stress. If you start with a clear head, a focused location, and a disciplined pocket, there is no reason why your small shop can't become a landmark in your neighborhood for years to come. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and share this video, as well as subscribing to the channel for more business startup guides like this. See you all in the next one.